Hello, my name's John, welcome to the channel. We're at Penistone railway station, but we haven't come here to watch trains. We've come here to find a little bit of history about the place. The story begins a couple of 100 yards just west of here.
In 1848, the Sheffield, Ashton-under-Lyne and Manchester Railway opened a station on this site. It's currently being redeveloped. The current owners are sympathetic to the history surrounding the site and plan to retain the remaining buildings and coal drops into the development. This road was a station approach. A goods shed stood here at one time. These are the coal drops. Just see the buffer stops there. That's a better view. We're at the site of Peniston goods signal box. There's quite a bit remaining here if we have a look around, from what would have been the locking room.
In 1850, the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway built a line from Huddersfield to Peniston. After crossing Penistone Viaduct, it joined the line here, now known as Huddersfield Junction. Huddersfield Junction signal box once stood at this location. I'll put a picture up. The two buildings just behind the box stood on these two concrete bases, we can just see the remains of. When the current station opened in 1874, the original Penistone Station became a goods yard. We can still see the remains of the overhead line equipment, supports. If we look around, plenty of evidence. Just see that through the fence there, as well as a few cable hangers which ran along the line side back in the day. Quite a bit of stuff up here, to be fair. You just see the disused Manchester platforms there. The bits of ironwork we can see stuck out of the ground on this platform is the remains of the steel canopy. I put some photos up that I took last year. These platforms closed to passengers in 1970. However, the lines were in use until the early 1980s, I believe. We can just see the end of the platform there, if you look. In 1954, this line was electrified. The building we can see in front of us now houses the control gear for the 1500 volt DC overhead line equipment. The two support pillars we can see carried a footbridge across these two lines and onto the platform. You can just see there, the side of the fence. Fortunately, the station buildings still survive, being in use by small businesses.
Where these houses are, at one time, was a massive steelworks, the land in front of us being sidings. At a later date, the site became a track maintenance depot. This building in front of us is from that era.
Just outside the station, slightly east, we find the turntable pit. I'll just show you that. Looks like it's recently been cleared out, to be fair. We'll pop down and have a look inside. It's actually really well preserved. That's the locking mechanism there. You still see a couple of track chairs. And that's a locking bar on the other side. Another remarkable survivor, and this yard lamp you see there up in the trees. This is a cable joint box. You'll see the remains of the armoured cable there. Been resin filled, I guess, bitumen perhaps. And this is the remains of the track coming from the main line. Again, there's a few chairs going about, concrete sleepers. You'll see another lamp at the other side there. Again, you can see a line of cable hangers there in the trees. Slightly to the east of the station site, we come across this structure. It was built in 1943 during the Second World War. And tanks were brought here by train and unloaded using this ramp. I'll just take you around here and see some grips on the approach. Yeah, they were unloaded here and driven by road to Lancet for both crew training and artillery practice. Again, just in front of us was a mass of sidings. It's all overgrown now, as we can see, by trees. If we have a rummage around the site of the sidings, there's still bits of evidence of a railway if we look hard enough. Like a post been burnt off here, perhaps a lamp post, signal post, whatever. There's a number of redundant sleepers lying around. Bits of concrete conduit just ripped up and abandoned. And the live line is just through the fence, just in front of us there.
We're now at the site of Barnsley Junction. The line coming in from the left is from Barnsley. Where these houses and industrial units are was a mass of sidings until the 1980s. That's looking up towards Peniston. And this is looking towards Sheffield, Victoria.
This is the location of Barnsley Junction signal box. You see the recess blasted out of the rock where it sat there. I'll put a picture up so you can see what it looked like back in the day. So I think that's as far as we're going to go for today. As you can see, it's cold. It's early January 2024. I'm going to go back and have a cuppa and try and get warm. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you shortly.